TGIF. From the KUOW newsroom, this is Seattle Now. An atmospheric river's on the way. Prepare for a wet weekend. I'm Paige Browning with a roundup of today's top stories. It's Friday, December 5th. Hepatitis B tops the news today. A CDC panel voted today to recommend that only the babies of mothers who test positive for hepatitis B should get the Hep-B vaccine. But Washington State has a different take. The state is still recommending the shot for all newborns who weigh more than 4.5 pounds. Eilish O'Neill has more.
Hepatitis B can cause liver failure or cancer, and not all mothers get tested for the virus. Not all test results are accurate, and newborns can be exposed to the virus by other family members or close contacts. So, since 1991, the CDC has recommended that all newborns receive the hepatitis B shot on their first day of life. That has led to a 99% drop in juvenile cases. The members of the current CDC vaccine committee that voted to reverse that recommendation were handpicked by Health Secretary Robert Kennedy Jr., and many of them say they're skeptical about vaccines. The new recommendation won't be official till the agency's director signs off on it. In the meantime, Washington State is still following the American Academy of Pediatrics and recommending the vaccine for the vast majority of newborns. Eilish O'Neill, KUOW News.
CHOP is resurfacing in the news. A video has emerged showing what could be the last footage of a teenager killed at Seattle's Capitol Hill Organized Protest, or CHOP, in 2020. The discovery comes just as a civil trial over the death of Antonio Mays Jr. is set to start next week. In the resurfaced video, he appears alongside protest organizers, and he addresses onlookers and criticizes police for failing to serve and protect. The video, shot by Converge Media's Omari Salisbury, sat unnoticed on YouTube for years. A producer working with KUOW, the Seattle Times, and NPR discovered the video, which Mays' father says shows his son was there to protest peacefully. Antonio Mays Sr. is suing the city for botching the emergency response to the shooting. In other police-related news, Seattle police are on the watch for impaired drivers this month. SPD says it's launching a DUI emphasis team for the first time since before the pandemic. The team will monitor busy streets and nightlife areas every night in December between 6 p.m. and 4 a.m. We've got a business roundup today on cheese, solar, and our little local store, Amazon. First, a new study on Amazon shows state and local governments are paying wildly different amounts for the same items on Amazon, according to KUOW News. The Institute for Local Self-Reliance reviewed data from hundreds of agencies that use Amazon Business. The institute found Amazon's dynamic pricing system can lead to overpaying. For example, governments were charged as low as $13 and as much as $74 for a pack of dry erase markers. Amazon reportedly charged Clark County, Washington, $24,000 more for computer monitors than it would have charged on a different day. An Amazon spokesperson told KUOW the survey is flawed and misleading. On to the business of solar power. Governor Bob Ferguson has approved a major solar farm in eastern Washington. The Carriger Solar Project in Klickitat County could power more than 32,000 homes. That's basically enough to power all of the city of Sammamish. It's the first large-scale energy project Ferguson has approved as governor. Power could come online in 2028. And check your cheese. More than 250,000 cases of shredded cheese are being pulled from shelves because the FDA says the packages could contain metal fragments. No, thank you. The recall's in 31 states. Ohio-based Great Lakes Creamery sells the cheese, which was on shelves at Walmart and Target under brand names including Borden, Brookshire's, Chestnut Hill, and others. You may see the Mopop in a different light today. Celebrated architect Frank Gehry has died at the age of 96. His legacy of unconventional, striking buildings got him critical acclaim, but also some public ridicule. Gary's design for Seattle's Experience Music Project, now known as Mopop, continues to generate controversy 25 years later, but it made perfect sense to him.
When you do a museum for music, there's a whole aesthetic, there's a whole language there that you can be inspired by. Shiny guitars and wonderful shapes and strings and metal pieces. And that seemed appropriate here, to have a building that had a sense of movement, the energy of movement.
Some of Gary's other work includes the Walt Disney Concert Hall in Los Angeles and the Guggenheim Museum Bilbao in Spain. 10 Seattle musicians got some very good news today. Sonic Guild announced their 2025 grants, $10,000 for bands to spend however they want. The winners include Coral Grief, Acapulco Lips, and Gabriel Teedros. All 10 artists will play a showcase together in February at the Triple Door. In sports, we got a big clue today on which country Team USA will face in the Men's World Cup match at Lumen Field next summer. Their opponent is likely to be Australia, based on comments made by some of the presenters at the FIFA event, according to Seattle Times reporting. Tomorrow, the full schedule gets announced with team matchups and kickoff times. Seattle is hosting 6 World Cup matches next June and July. Are you among the lucky or unlucky Seattleites getting coyote sightings recently? They're elusive dogs, mostly out and about at night in Western Washington, but a recent uptick in daytime encounters has some Seattle residents near Volunteer Park and the Washington Park Arboretum concerned. Rachel Shulkin is with Seattle Parks and Rec.
I'm talking about interactions that people have reported with coyotes that felt threatening or dangerous to them. Particularly, the majority of those have been taking place in the Arboretum, and that had been happening over the last few weeks.
Shulkin says no one's been harmed by a coyote, but a dog got into a tussle with one, and because the coyote bit, crews trapped and killed it. If you see a coyote, Shulkin says, make yourself appear as big as possible and shout to chase it away. And if you'd prefer your excitement more holiday-themed, this weekend is a holiday shopping and celebrations extravaganza. The Wish You Were Here market is set up at Pioneer Square all weekend. You can check out the Black Artists Market at Midtown Square in the Central District tonight, and tomorrow afternoon it's at the Seattle Opera Center. The Urban Craft Uprising Winter Show is this weekend at Seattle Center, and the Joyeux Bazaar, a European-style Christmas market, is at Washington Hall tomorrow. And if you're over the shopping, you can head to Fremont tomorrow for an evening of street performances and caroling. Plus, you can watch people put holiday lights and a giant snowman head on the Lenin statue. Next week on Seattle Now, we head to Bakery Nouveau. The local shop's owner is getting ready to coach Team USA in the World Cup of Baking.
These competitions are great, but when you're in business and you're in a bakery, every day's a competition. And I have to make you happy because you're my customer and you're important to me.
This place keeps you in fighting shape.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Hear more Monday morning. That's all for today from the KUOW Newsroom in Seattle. Our producer is Andy Hurst with help today from Vaughn Jones. And I'm Paige Browning. Seattle Now and KUOW are members of the NPR network. Have a great weekend.